Hi everyone, my name is Emra Muslim and I'm a member of the League of Women Voters of Metro Phoenix.
Hello, everyone. My name is J.L. Grossman, and I am also a member of the League of Women Voters of Metro Phoenix. Today, we're going to introduce you to Request to Speak, also known as RTS, which is the Arizona's legislators' online system that lets Arizonans like you express support or opposition to a bill. So what is RTS? RTS is a real-time online system that enables Arizonans to express support or opposition to a state legislative bill scheduled for a committee hearing. This means you can share your opinions directly with legislators without having to travel to the state capitol. You can indicate whether you are for or against the bill, and when you do, you can also write a comment explaining your opposition. This is optional, but it can be persuasive. You can also sign up to speak in person, though that is optional. Legislators can see your support or opposition and read your comments, which may help influence their position. You do not have to be a registered AZ voter to use RTS, but you do need to log in. So when can you use RTS? The bill must be assigned to a committee agenda. On an agenda means the bill is scheduled for a public hearing. RTS opens for comments once a bill is on a committee agenda and closes after the committee hearing. At most, a 1 week window, and usually less. RTS positions and comments remain with the bill and are part of the bill's public record. If a bill is heard and passed, it will be heard in the Rules Committee. The Rules Committee reviews each bill for constitutionality and proper form, not merits. So if a bill is heard in both chambers, you will have two opportunities to use RTS. However, most bills never make it to the hearing stage. So how do you use RTS? You will need a login access. If you sign up online, you will not be able to register your opinion on bills because your account must be activated at the Capitol. Fortunately, we have League of Women Voters volunteers who will register members, friends, and family. That means they will go down to the Capitol on your behalf so you do not have to make the trip. To obtain an RTS login, complete the Google form, which you can find by scanning the QR code below. Also note that RTS accounts don't expire. If you think you have an account, try resetting your password if it doesn't work or if you forgot it. Once you scan that QR code, you will see a number of other valuable resources, such as links to the Arizona Legislator website, Arizona Legislative Lingo, understanding the language of lawmaking, contacts for the Arizona governor, the House of Representatives, Arizona state members, how a bill becomes a law, and more.
Now let's talk about what the 2026 legislative calendar will look like. As you can see, it is a short session and the window for each step in the legislative process is brief. The session starts Monday, January 12th. The last day for consideration of bills in the originating chamber is February 20th, leaving a little over a month for bills to be assigned to committees, possibly heard, debated on the floor, and transmitted to the other chamber. This step is called crossover week, which means all bills passed in one chamber will cross over to the other chamber. The session runs at least 100 days, ending on April 25th, 2026. However, the legislature cannot adjourn until it passes a budget, which must be passed by June 30th. Arizona allows legislators to pre-file a limited number of bills before the session begins. Although no legislative action can be taken until the legislature convenes, pre-filed bills often give us insight into which issues legislators want to take on. Here is a brief roadmap to help you visualize how a bill becomes law. A bill is introduced in the first chamber. If it is referred to a committee, it may be scheduled for a hearing and placed on the committee's agenda. Once the committee agenda is posted, request to speak opens for that bill. Approximately 1 hour after the committee hearing, request to speak closes. So make sure you are aware of the approximate 1 week window for using RTS. If it passes the committee, it goes to the floor for discussion, including amendments and a vote. That is a great opportunity to call your legislators and express your opinion. If it crosses over to the second chamber, the process repeats, so you can use request to speak again if the bill is on a committee agenda there. Finally, if the bill passes both chambers and is sent to the governor, you can contact the governor's office to express your support or opposition. Here is what the Arizona State Legislature website looks like, where you will access the Request to Speak system. You can go to this website by going to azleg.gov and make sure you're in the current session. Then go to the Legislative Information tab and click Request to Speak. Then from there, go to sign on in the top right-hand corner. If you think you have a login, definitely try it. Enter your email address. If you forgot your password, you can reset it. If you don't have an account, make sure to get one activated through the league. Once a league volunteer gives you a temporary password, enter it and then change your password. You can also go to the Request to Speak site by typing in apps.azledge.gov, and from there you will see two applications, Request to Speak and Bill Status Inquiry. Bill Status Inquiry is the research side of the legislative website, providing the text and status of bills, related documents, amendments, and bill sponsors. You can also set up your own personal progress management for the bills you are tracking. Alerts will appear when you log into RTS. For our purposes, we will use the Request to Speak site. Go to the black navigation sidebar, click New Request, and search for the bill. The bill will appear only if it is on a current committee agenda. If it is not, you will see a message stating that no active agendas were found using that criterion. Remember, you may request to speak each time a bill is on a new agenda, and all you need is the bill number. From there, you will check off your position, for, neutral, or against, and indicate whether you wish to speak, that is, testify before the committee, which is not mandatory. If necessary, means you will attend the committee hearing and are willing to speak if called upon. You may add a comment with a 250-character limit to explain your position. Be polite but persuasive, as these comments are part of the public record. You can also watch committee meetings live or record it to view testimony and hear the bill's sponsor explain the bill's purpose. You can also view all your requests and bill positions from the current session. You can update your position if the bill has been amended or delete the request if you wish. Your voice can impact legislation, and Request to Speak is a great tool to share your views on proposed Arizona legislation during committee hearings. Remember, you do not have to testify. Submitting your position still counts. Beyond RTS, there are many ways to stay active and engaged in your community. One is to become a member of the League of Women Voters of Arizona. You will receive our calls to action newsletters during the legislative session. You can also sign up to receive our newsletters as a non-member. We send them weekly to help you take action and contact your legislators. You can also speak out publicly through letters to the editor, opinion pieces, and by contacting your legislators directly. We also encourage you to become a League supporter by signing up through our League in Action app. You will receive text alerts about calls to action and League updates. Thank you so much for watching, and we hope you use the Request to Speak system.